And so those kind of, you know, kind of befuddled us a little bit just because we weren't 100% sure what to do there. And if you were to take a blended approach to the pricing then, those aren't gonna be favorable. I would think for most.
You're doing a
any
bottom line
distributor.
comparison, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on cases and movement.
So the
So it would be
extended price
zero.
is how we got to what we got to, so absolutely, we can share that work with you.
So Pat touched on earlier the dedicated accounting. Everybody that was involved between myself, people that are in this room right here. We're gonna go over the reduced fee structure and the added marketing support, which I believe makes Sparks program the most cost-effective program for consortiums in the state. The growth incentive, which is new, we put in this year, which is really aggressive, which I'm really encouraged by. Food service management solutions came back again for this year. I thought it was vital to the group to have that available to members. And then Lisa's gonna review CSM program here shortly. So, commercial and USDA processed, 225 is where we came in at. USDA brown box, DoD produce 260, service management from 20 cents up to 25 cents. Marketing, 5 cents, that's where it was, but we have a scale that we're gonna review here in a little bit. Prompt pay, loyalty incentives, like I said, the loyalty incentives back to the members last year was 180 plus, back to Spark. The other two incentives up there was 70,000. So, like it says right there, it's the most competitive program for consortiums in the state of Michigan before, and it's even stronger now. So this 32,000 represents a combination of bringing down the fees from before, 15 cents, and adding in the additional 5 cents for marketing support. That's what that total figure looks like. Value added for us, that's a further investment in your program, in your group. So scholarships are still there to the tune of $16,000. Food service management solutions is still in there. The trade show and sponsorship. Now keep in mind when I'm putting the number up here of trade show and sponsorship, that's purely the money that's going into like SNAM for the booth or anything else like that. We're not factoring in Pat's time on the weekend for these shows, my time on the weekend, our chefs that come for the shows and support you guys on the weekend, the hotel rooms or anything else like that. That's something we do because it's needed for your group. We're here to support your group, help your group grow.
Well, and I think it's important to note that years ago when the marketing incentive went in at the 5 cents a case, it was really to help Spark take care of those items. So it really was the Sysco contribution to take care of your trade shows and all of those kind of things, so you had those funds to be able to do that. Over the years, what's happened is Sysco's paid the 5 cents a case and still done the support on all of those shows and paid for those booths and to really set all of those things up. And so really to acknowledge that now and really show what that investment is, that they're continuing to do that over and above paying that marketing fee, I think that it was important to put in. Sorry.
Thank you. So growth. Key position that Spark's in right now. We need to grow the consortium. We need to grow it together. So we looked at what additional incentive would be in there for the group. So we came up with this tier of cases and what we could increase the marketing fund by. So right now it's 5 cents a case. Adding 50,000 up to just shy of 100, we're gonna take it from 5 cents to 10 cents. Add the next level up to 15, up to 20, and max out at 25 cents a case in marketing. That's outside of the administrative that's already set at 25. So that can go from 5 to 20, 25. To break that down and show you what it looks like, mid-tier school for your group that you're best suited for at 10,000 cases per year. So we convert 5 districts. Spark themselves, you guys are adding $17,000. Taking it, doubling that up to 10 schools, if this doesn't double this figure here, 40, 60, you can see we can convert 20 more districts over to Spark. You're adding $100,000 for Spark. Like that?
So not only do
Not
you,
getting 20 school districts.
what's that?
That's the plan.
That's
that's what we wanna
But the
do.
key here, and it has been for several years that we've had this conversation, right, is you really are faced in, most especially now, in a position where you have to grow. I mean, you really have to grow, or you're not gonna be able to exist on multiple levels. So for Sysco to put this in and really incentivize Spark and the Spark board and really pay that in order to partner together and grow that business, I mean, you realistically, 5 districts at 17,000, that's a pretty nice chunk to the Spark budget to also give you other things that you can be able to do. So you've chosen as an entity to keep your membership fees low as an incentive to gain members. So now you've got that ability to kind of recoup the Spark funds without having to go back after your members. And this is a realistic piece.
So, I can't read the writing at the bottom, when's it start? Is that the base?
Will you, so to get a baseline, cause of the flux in the districts that have come and gone in the middle period, we'll take 17, 18, the next school year, and where that school year ends is where we'll lock in the base to start from. So then, every extension year, then is where this would start to come into play.
Good. And it essentially comes out of the, what is it, 265 a case? That's deliverable? It comes out of
So-
your,
so you
comes
guys-
out of your profit.
Comes out of our profit.
Yeah, so that was a question that Terry asked me.
Is the larger we get, the more efficient we become, the
Incentives
more there is to
growth.
share,
Yeah,
right?
it's risk reward. We'll go out and help grow it and share it back. So if we make more money, you make more money.
So, like I said, Food Service Management Solutions, I think it's an awesome company. I think somebody else here thinks it's an awesome company. I can see the future of that group. All the hard work, for all intents and purposes, was done this past school year. Building the database, coming up with a menu, seeing the difference between the two markets, and coming up with a menu for all the members that works. So I think it's at a point now where it'll be much easier on Sam to be out of the gate for the school year, have it up and running. And now the biggest part is to help the Spark members take advantage of and utilize this for their school year to the next level. It's a great marketing tool. It's got all the bells and whistles for all the districts that do use it, but for the members that really, really need it, and I think there's a ton of members that really need it, for them to see it to the next level and run with it now, I think is the key for those groups.
So, on the CSM side, it is provided as an additional resource from Sysco. It's another investment really from Sysco, because there is a cost involved to Sysco to have CSM be part of the program. So, I wanted to kind of go over some things for what we're doing well and what we really can do better. So, in the first year of the partnership, CSM paid out $26,300 to Spark members. In the second year, we paid out $73,000 to Spark. You still have the ability to really increase that pretty significantly. So the CSM Spark program is kind of unique on a GPO perspective, because we, both of us together, Sysco and CSM, allow you to use it as a hybrid program. So you're not onboarded only on what my deals are and what my programs are. If Sysco is able to go negotiate a stronger program, or you've negotiated a stronger program on your own, you have the ability to use that. So you really have the best of both worlds, as opposed to just being on one GPO program, which typically can be kind of restrictive. What I gave you is where I think that we can improve. So we first started having discussions about this, and the opportunity for conversion, when we first really looked at CSM. And I can tell we need to work on this some better, or a little bit better, and here's why. While your rebates increased, the percentage of the rebate on the total spend is starting to decrease. Now, it's only decreased by 0.05%, but what that shows me is we're not taking a look at these opportunities. This here right now is just for Detroit. And if you flip to the back page, you'll see that there is $19,727 worth of savings opportunity. If you add in Grand Rapids, that actually goes up to 27,000. Now, where that becomes a key factor is this time of year. As people are moving out of entitlement dollars and into commercial, that's where we need to start taking a look at this. And we started to talk about actually doing this more as a management company and restricting order guides so that you can push your customers into or show that these are the most cost-effective items. If you look across the board on this, it's cheese all over the place. Probably if we really kind of looked at this as opposed to, I've got it broken down by district, if you looked at it just by item, it probably is 20 items. So it's easy to cut, easy to look at, easy to evaluate, and this is a tool that we give, and I think we all talked about what a great resource this kind of information is to your members, to show them, here's where your savings opportunities are. Because Spark as an entity hasn't really done that over the years. Here's where our bid pricing is, but to really coach members and say, we've vetted these opportunities for you, and here's where your best option is. I think there's some room for improvement in that. And there certainly is bottom line dollar improvement. And you're talking about $27,000 in probably, I think when I did scan it all in, it was like 26 items. So if you look at it just so that it's clear on how the reporting reads, on the left-hand side shows the current items being used. The right-hand side are the items that are stocked in both warehouses. It shows what that particular school is using in monthly case equivalents, what the annualized spend is. Then it shows annualized price savings, which is off invoice. It shows what the additional rebate would be and what that net is, which is probably similar to exactly what Jody's talking about in the data that they can give you.
Are any of those items on the market basket?